everybody, it's Kate here on our boat Sweet Ruca, which is a J46. As you can see, I have walked up to the bow and I am about to give you a boat tour of our 46-foot J-boat. Here you can see we've got our rain fly up. That helps the breeze come in but the rain out. So we don't normally have that up while we're sailing, just while we're at an anchorage. As you can see, we've got a few boat neighbors here and quite a few back there. Boats are starting to come in as the wind is about to howl out of the east, which is that way, so we want to be well protected, and so we've got a lot of boats coming in today. But anyways, let me continue on our boat tour here. As I mentioned, it is 46 feet length overall, and length of the water line is 40.5 feet. We've got our primary jib here on the roller furler. Right now we've got the number 3 jib, and we really like the cut of that jib and allows us to sail pretty well in a variety of conditions. Here's our anchor ball, which is our kind of day marker that we are currently anchored. So at night we use a light to show that we are anchored for boats that are traveling through, and this in the daytime. What you can see right here, our boat was kind of set up for, but we had it added in Annapolis, is our inner forestay, and Curtis and we spliced this ourselves. You can see it goes all the way up to that top spreader there. That's where it goes into connects to the mast, and you can see we've got swept-back spreaders, and our mast is keel stepped at 65 feet tall, so it is tough for us to get into some or under some bridges. Anyways, I'm walking back, kind of showing you our nice, clean, beautiful deck here. Our mainsail is in this bag here. We've got the paddle boards out today, so it was nice and flat water, not a lot of wind. Nice, beautiful day for paddle boarding. Up here you can see our solar panels on the bimini, as well as our larger solar panel on the back. That's the only solar we have right now. Our D400 wind generator, which is not running at this moment. There's not a whole lot of breeze. And here's our radar, which is a B&G 4G radar. If we go back here behind the wheel, you can see this is a spot where Roxy does her business. And underneath, if you open this up, there is storage and access to the rudder. And over here, more storage and access to our autopilot that you can't quite see. Yeah, there it is back there. Alright, if I head us over to the cockpit here, you can see we've got our cockpit table in. We usually only keep this out when we are at anchor and we're hanging out outside. But we normally put that away when we're sailing because it's easier when there's a lot of lines and stuff in the cockpit to have that out of the way. So over here you can see Roxy taking a nap, except I just woke her up. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Oh. So she's just lounging. She loves being outside, and this is the cockpit on our J46. Nice big wheel back there. And what I forgot to show you is our swim platform. So that is kind of nice. We do have a little swim platform and swim ladder there, which makes getting on and off the boat easier, as well as giving Roxy a bath. Yeah, she doesn't like those. So here we go on inside of the boat now. We slide this back here, and we have our screens in, which we don't normally keep in while we're sailing. We usually just have these to keep flies out during the day and mosquitoes and no-see-ums out at night. Alright, here we have our companionway stairs. Nice good traction, and you can see this little tilted spot, so if the boat's heeling over, it's easy to go up and down. Back here we have the aft cabin. Right now we're using it to store some of our sails. We have our spare spinnaker, our jib number 2, our number 2 jib, and our staysail back there. This is also a good spot to take a nap, kind of wedge yourself in when we are underway. We have storage here in this closet. You can store more stuff, but right now we just have our charge controller and inverter, along with the back side of our control panel. Under there we have access to the engine if we open that up, and we also have engine access through the aft head back here. And so here we see this is the aft head. Over here we store our life jackets, and this is our water maker tester tube. And if I open up this door, This is sort of what we call our garage. And you can see there's quite a lot of stuff in there. We've got some spare lines, bins full of stuff that goes all the way back to that back storage compartment that I showed you back outside. And right here is our water maker. And right here is also access to the engine. Back behind this door is more storage with bins, and underneath that are our batteries, which are nicely centrally located now. We just moved those while we were in Annapolis as well. So we also have our generator, which we have yet to use, and also our spare jerry cans. Over here we have the galley, otherwise known as a kitchen. As you can see right here, we've got an oven and stove combo that is gas powered by propane. And in here is storage for plates and bowls and cups and pots and pans. This can be used as a freezer, but right now it is being used as our refrigerator. It's pretty efficient, and there's not a lot of spots for air to escape, so it uses a little bit less battery, and we don't need to use this other refrigerator over here. Right now we're just using this to store beverages. This fridge also has side access, as you can see down here. And there's a few more storage drawers right here. So it might seem small, but it's actually plenty of space for all that we need. If we look over here in front of the aft cabin, we have Curtis at the nav station. Curtis, tell us a little bit about what you got going on over here.
Oh, wow. Hey there, everybody. Well, this is our navigation station where we control most of the things, or monitor most of the things that go on during the boat. Kind of got the work laptop and what we try and make some videos on here. And we've got our navigation and weather laptop here, which is hooked up to our Iridium Go satellite, which is how we get our communications offshore. Our battery voltage monitor tells us all the information we need to know about our batteries. We've got our instruments, which show the same as the instruments outside. That is wind, speed, and depth. And then over here we've got some more communications equipment, our handheld VHF radios, and then we've got a standard VHF radio, and then we have our SSB radio, and then we've got our AM/FM radio.
So what are VHF radios and SSB radios? What's the point of having those? Just a quick.
Yeah, sure. So pretty much every boat needs a VHF radio. That is how you communicate. That's how you, say, call the Coast Guard if there's an emergency on Channel 16. That's how you call other boats, and also call into, say, different docks. If you need to call into a marina, you'll most likely use your VHF. That's like your standard boat communication radio.
Right, when there's no cell towers around.
Yeah, otherwise you can use your cell phone also, which we do often. The difference is, in the SSB is more of a long-range communication device. The VHF is what's called line of sight communications, so it communicates in a straight line. So from the top of your mast to somebody else's antenna somewhere else, as far as it can technically see, which is about 26 miles. The SSB bounces radio waves off of the ionosphere up in the atmosphere, kind of like the ozone layer, imagine that, bounces it off that, and then back down to an antenna up to thousands of miles away. So you can communicate pretty far around the world or across oceans with the SSB, and this is more of a local, within a few miles.
Awesome. And then also behind Curtis is the control panel, which controls?
This is how we turn on all of our electrical functions. So we've got our DC, our 12-volt panel, and then we've got our AC, 110 volt, which is just like in your house, or sorry, 115, 12, whatever you want to call it. 120, whatever, I'm not an electrician. But this is how you control, turn on and off, say, the stuff that's running our computers right now through an inverter.
Awesome, Curtis. Well, thanks for that quick tour of the nav station, and it looks pretty comfy, and it's also a pretty good spot to be when we are underway.
Yeah, I love my fan, too.
Curtis's favorite spot that we installed a fan right here, so we can sit here endlessly and work and do weather downloads, etc. to keep cool. Alright, and as I scan over, you're going to see the Salon. It's pretty spacious. We have our big table here that has an extra leaf that folds out in case we are having a lot of people over. Underneath the couches are our water tanks, so we have 2 water tanks currently, and the water maker is only connected to one right now, and we might try to connect it to both, or we might try to take a water tank out to create more storage. We're not sure yet, so if you guys have ideas or thoughts on that, please share in the comments below. So right here, right now, I have food storage. As you can see, packed full of goodies, chips, Pop-Tarts, crackers. And over here we have our electronic storage as well as first aid bins in that compartment as well. So easy access for that. And over here is what I like to call my pantry. It's not super cool looking, but I do have bins full of tons of cans of food and ramen noodles and spare milk and all kinds of things that you would want in case, you know, we're doing an offshore passage or we run out of fresh food. So all kinds of good stuff, some extra bags and paper towels, things like that. So I'm going to scan over here to our forward cabin, and down below you can see Roxy's bowls and her dog bed. We also have our primary spinnaker just kind of stored underneath the bed right now. Some stored along the side. Back behind this door is a closet full of our clothes that you can see runs this deep, so there's a couple shelves here, and then we hang our clothes right along here. We also keep t-shirts and such in this area, and it is a kind of V-berth style, but it is super spacious, lots of room for both of us and for Roxy when she wants to snuggle. Behind this door is our second head, which is our forward head, and is a little bit more spacious. You can see that we have a kind of walk-in shower here with the shower curtain. Let me show you the inside. So here we have our seat, some storage here of towels and blankets and laundry detergent back there, the shower head, and here is our mast coming through the deck all the way down there. So there is some storage behind that mirror as well, and that is the forward head. Once again, giving you a quick overview. I'm sure I missed a few things. Once again, this is not a boat systems video. We will have plenty of those showing how different parts of the boat work, along with different things we do in everyday life. This is just a quick boat tour of our J46 Sweet Ruca. So for now, I am signing off, and Curtis is going to say what we say at the end of our video, which is,
until next time.